In this video, we will be learning about the vector spaces. So till now we have learned about the vectors, matrices, and different operations performed on the vectors as well as the matrices. You are aware of that, mainly the addition and scalar multiplication. Now we can consider these operations and how these operations will be used to define a vector space or a linear space, and with the help of these operations how you will be able to see that a vector it is linear independent or not. So these things you will be able to understand if you know the basic concept of the vector space. So vector space will be represented using the variable v. So and if it is represented, if any variable represented with this arrow means it will be called as a vector, and any vector it can be considered to be as an element of the vector space v if it satisfies the properties of the vector. So everyone are aware of the properties of the vector, like it will be having a commutative property, associativity property, with respect to the addition. So how it will be represented, like a plus b vectors addition will be like b plus a. Also a plus b plus c will be equal to a plus b plus c. So these two properties it will be satisfying, and also it should have, so first one is commutative, second is associativity, third is like it exists a zero vector, which means a vector plus zero vector it should result in the same vector. And fourth one is like it will be having a negative or inverse, like an a vector plus minus a vector will be equal to a zero vector. And the distributivity property is like any scalar can be distributed over the addition of two vectors a and b, like a c vector plus a vector c plus b vector c. Okay. Similarly is the case with the addition of two scalars also, like if two scalars c plus d, if it is added and multiplied with the vector, then it can be distributed as c a vector plus d a vector. Okay. Then the it can be distributed over multiplication also, like cd a vector will be equal to c d a vector. Okay, so meaning of this is like if the product of two scalars c and d multiplied by an element a vector, it is same as that of the scalar times the product of another scalar that is multiplied by the element. So here a vector is the element that belongs to the vector space. So two scalars multiplied by the element, that is the vector a, is same as one of the scalar time, that is c times the product of another scalar multiplied by the element, that is d multiplied by the a vector. Then so this comes as the sixth one. Then seventh is like an element multiplied by scalar it just gives back the element, that vector itself. That is the element multiplied with the scalar 1, it will be giving that vector alone, that element of the vector space. So these are some of the symbol properties which will be used to identify whether the vector belongs to the vector space. So vector so that is belonging to the vector space, it will be having all these properties. Then vector space, it can be considered as a collection of elements which can be added together or multiplied by a scalar quantity. So vector space will be a collection of elements, means a collection of v1, v2, v3, etc. Those vectors collection will be coming under this vector space, performing the operations like addition and scalar multiplication. And the important property of this vector space is like, if there is a scalar quantity multiplied with the vector A, then that resulting element also should belong to the vector space. Also, if there is two vectors A and B belonging to the vector space, performing the addition of those two elements, it should belong to the vector space. So these are some of the closure properties which should be satisfied by the vectors so that it belongs to the vector space. So for any vector, if it belongs to the vector space or not, it need to check these properties. Okay, so that is after scalar multiplication to the given vector, if the resulting one, it belongs to the vector space, then one condition is satisfied. And the next property is like two vectors we will be considering. If the sum of the vectors, if it is taken, and the result, if it belongs to the vector space, then we can say that it comes under the same vector space, whether the vectors, they belong to the same vector space. So closure property is an important property of vector space which will be satisfying these two conditions. So this is a case with the vector space. Now we can see an example. So R3, that is real vectors with 3 components, whether it belong to the vector space or not. So how you will be able to do? First you need to take a real vector which is having 3 components. So you can take, for example, 1, 2 and 3. It is having 3 components, real numbers. Okay, so if I am, what is the first condition? You need to perform a scalar multiplication. So here, if I am taking the C value to be as 2, what is the result you will be getting? 2 of 1, 2 of 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so this is not 2 of 1, 2 and 3. You will be getting it as 2, 4 and 6. This also belongs to what? The real vector, isn't it? All the elements, it belongs to the real numbers, real vector. So this is resulting one is also a real vector with 3 components. Then second, what is the thing need to be done? You need to check for addition. So you need to take 2 polynomials, A and B vector. So you can just take it like 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. Two polynomials if you are taking. Perform the addition. What you will be getting? Again, you will be getting the result as 4, 6 and 8, which belongs to the real vector. Okay, so clearly here we have seen that addition of the two vectors that belongs to this vector space and scalar multiplication of an element that belongs to the vector space, it results in the vectors that also will be belong to the vector space R3, real vector space. Okay, so this is an example to see whether any vector it belongs to the vector space or not.